What if the thing killing your drive is the same thing you thought was building it? Every morning, you wake up, scroll, sweat, rush, hustle. You grind, you bleed dopamine. You wear your exhaustion like a badge of honor. But what if I told you? You've been trained to glorify burnout and crucify stillness, to equate fatigue with success, to confuse motion with progress. And in doing so, you've been robbed of your greatest weapon, flow. Flow isn't soft, it isn't lazy. It's not good vibes or waiting for inspiration. Flow is warrior-level focus. It's the place where effort dissolves and power takes over, where time bends, where 1 hour can outperform a week of burnt-out grind. But you can't get there through chaos. You don't enter flow with clenched teeth and anxiety loops. You unlock it through alignment, not adrenaline. Through intention, not addiction. Napoleon Hill called it the hypnotic rhythm. A state where your subconscious, your action, and your destiny sync. Where your body moves before you speak. Where decisions feel like instinct. Where greatness becomes effortless. But let's be real. Most people never touch it because they've been hypnotized by false urgency, by toxic hustle culture that says, if you're not tired, you're not trying. That tells you to glorify the grind, even when it's grinding you down. They sell you burnout like it's a brand. Push through, don't sleep, outwork everyone. But here's what they don't tell you. You cannot out-hustle misalignment. You cannot outrun burnout while sprinting in the wrong direction. Look at Edison. He didn't just work hard, he worked from obsession, laser-like clarity. He'd lock himself in his lab for days, not because he was grinding, but because he was flowing. And in flow, the impossible becomes inevitable. Elon Musk doesn't work 100-hour weeks to suffer. He does it because his brain is so synced with his mission that work feels like breathing. That's flow, weaponized. Now here's the twist. Flow isn't rare. It's not magic. It's not for monks and billionaires. It's a code. And once you rewire your mind to find it, you don't just avoid burnout. You obliterate it. You replace tired with tuned in. You trade anxiety for clarity. You stop reacting. And you begin creating. Because flow is not a mood. It's a frequency. And if you don't rise to it, you'll drown beneath the static of distractions, deadlines, and the soul-killing myth that more is better. You want the truth? Most people are sprinting in a circle, moving fast, going nowhere, wearing down their spirit for likes, for deadlines, for approval. That's not ambition. That's self-destruction dressed up in productivity metrics. You want to escape that cycle? Then you need to burn the rule book they gave you. The rule book that says, grind now, sleep when you're dead. Stay busy, or you'll fall behind. Success is only for the ones who suffer most. Lieutenant, absolute lie. Because the 1% aren't drowning in their calendars. They're surfing them. Riding waves of focus while the rest are stuck in noise. You think Steve Jobs built Apple through chaos? He was ruthless with simplicity, with what not to do, with eliminating the unnecessary to worship what matters. That's the secret of flow. It thrives in subtraction, not in adding 57 tasks to your day, but by cutting until the only thing left is the one that matters. You don't find greatness by doing more. You find it by doing less, but better. One clear goal, one locked-in intention, one task executed with the force of a storm. That's where flow lives, in the depth, not the speed, in the stillness between the noise, in the calm before the strike. But here's the problem. Most people are too addicted to stimulation to find it. Their minds are on a constant dopamine drip. TikTok hits, notification spikes, micro-validation loops. They've trained their brain to panic in silence, to fear stillness, to equate boredom with failure. But boredom is not your enemy. It's your gateway, the threshold you must cross before flow opens its door. Hill said, "Your subconscious mind works day and night, drawing the picture you plant into your thoughts." And what are you planting? 1,000 scattered to-dos, or one burning vision that overrides distraction? You can't find flow in clutter. You earn it with clarity, with deep work, with rituals that separate warriors from the wandering. Every morning you pick up your phone before you pick up your purpose. You surrender. Every time you scroll when you should build, you weaken your rhythm. Every time you multitask, your focus fractures. And flow evaporates. You don't need another planner. You need a war plan, designed around energy, not obligation. Designed to pull you into momentum, not drain your soul. That means cutting obligations that don't serve your future. That means learning to say no. Not out of arrogance, but out of reverence for your potential. Because your mind is sacred ground, and every distraction is a trespasser. You want to unlock legendary performance? Then protect your mental temple like it holds the cure to mediocrity. Because it does, and when you get it right, flow takes over. Time slows. Work feels like instinct. The noise fades, and you become the architect of something eternal. And now we go deeper, because flow isn't just performance, it's identity. When you live in flow, you don't try to be elite. You are elite, not by title, but by vibration, by precision, by the way you move through chaos without becoming chaotic. The 1% don't fear pressure. They crave it. They walk into noise with sniper vision. Because their nervous system is trained to convert chaos into clarity. And that training, it's not accidental. It's deliberate, relentless, daily. They protect their mornings like sacred territory. They reject distraction like poison. They design rituals that prime their minds like launch pads, not to feel good, but to be dangerous. You want to know what burnout really is? It's not overwork, it's misaligned work. You're not tired because you do too much. You're tired because you betray your nature, because deep down you know you were made for more. But you've spent your energy being busy, not brilliant. That contradiction? That's what breaks people. You want to destroy burnout? Don't sleep more, live more aligned. Do what sets your cortex on fire. Build what keeps you up with ideas, not anxiety. Work in sprints, not slogs. Move like a lion, fast, focused, then still. Because the world doesn't need another tired overachiever. It needs warriors in flow, creators in sync, visionaries who remember who they are even when the world forgets. This isn't about hustle or softness. This is about precision energy, laser-focused fire. And that level of fire, it only ignites when you stop waiting to feel ready and start living like your life is already on the line. Because it is. Every day you spend out of flow is a day wasted, a day your future self will mourn, a day the clock doesn't refund. But every day you protect your mind. Every minute you carve silence from noise. Every action you take from deep intent, you compound power. Not the kind you flex, the kind you embody. So no, flow isn't optional. Not if you want to dominate. Not if you want to build something that echoes. The old way, burnout and bragging. The new way, flow and fire. You don't need to prove you're working. You need to become undeniable by output, quietly, consistently. While the world watches reels, you build reality. And soon, very soon, they'll ask how you did it, and you'll smile, not with arrogance, but with certainty. Because while they chased likes, you chased legacy. While they drowned in burnout, you flowed like a warrior. And now, you're untouchable. Now, go find the rhythm, silence the noise, and flow like your life depends on it. Because it does.